So many of us are filled with judgment, and many times we're not even aware that our judgment runs as deep as it does. Hey, David Essel here, 45 years as a counselor, author, so many different hats that I wear. And today I'm going to share a story about an individual that actually joined our organization, Look to Lift Others. And the end result is an incredible little story. He came in because he wanted help with his relationship. And as we were talking, he was saying how he needed to be more involved with society. And he was fairly self-centered. He worked out, and that's about it. He really didn't do much in society itself. And I said, well, we have a brand new program. I explained it to him, Look to Lift Others. And I told him what it was, is that we're just encouraging people to take a little time and to look at those individuals in the world that you think maybe aren't like you, aren't good enough for you, aren't equal to you, doesn't matter what they are or what they do, and start to share a little bit of compassion, a little bit of empathy. The world is hurting. News is constantly telling us how terrible everything is, and we want to do the opposite. So here's the story. He says to me, well, if you really want me to be honest, if I'm going to make a difference in this world, I can't stand obese people. He said, I just don't understand. He said, they're just so lazy and they just eat anything they want and they don't care about their bodies and they don't care about that. He's going on and on and on. I'm sitting here listening. At the end of it, I said, hey, I've got something that you might look at as a challenge. I'm just going to look at it as something really positive. He says, what's that? I said, why don't you say hi to an obese person? He goes, oh my God, are you serious? I said, listen, that's what this program is all about, right? Look to lift others. I said, I think you're going to find a huge change. And he said, you're asking me to do one of the most difficult things in the world. My mom and dad didn't appreciate the obese. And I said, I know, it can be family generational, these type of cycles for sure. And here's what happened next. He leaves the office. It had to be a day or two later. And all of a sudden he goes into a store and he couldn't find a line that wasn't 20 people long. And there was one line that had a few people in it. And he goes to get in the line. He looks at the cashier and she's extremely overweight, extremely obese. And he starts to move to another line, and then all of a sudden it hit him. Wait a minute, I just talked to David about this, and David challenged me to do something I never wanted to do. Let me see how it goes. So he stood in line, and he finally gets to her, and he looks at her, and he goes, ma'am, those glasses look amazing on you today. And he was being very serious. Her glasses were gorgeous, he said. She stopped, she opened her mouth. A couple tears came out the side of her eyes. And she ran around the cash register and asked if she could hug him. Oh my God. He said, David, my life was changed. He said, I hugged her and I kept telling her how beautiful her glasses were. And ever since that day, whenever I'm in that store, I look to see if she's a cashier, and I'll stand as long as I have to, because the different times we've seen each other, it's been like a celebration. Isn't that beautiful? That's what this is all about. That's what this movement I created all about. You can go to talkdavid.com and join us. There's already a ton of stories there that you're going to read about people who have joined us. And they've started to do things they've never done before. I want the same. Listen, we can change this country and eventually this world one day at a time with more compassion, more kindness, more empathy, more everything I'm talking about today. Join us at talkdavid.com. Look to lift others. We will tell you in the little video, make a little note, a little sign in your car and put it on the dashboard or put it next to the seat that says look to lift others. And every time you get out of the car, think about it. I'm going to go into this store. I'm going to go into this meeting. I'm going to try to look to lift others. We have so many cool stories coming in. And if you want to share a story of how you got out of your comfort zone and look to lift others, I've got so many more I'm going to share. Please put them on our website, talkdavid.com. We will change this world. You can be a massive part of it. One person at a time is all it takes. Thank you for being with us. I'm David Essel. Have a beautiful day.